It's really easy to see scales as just boring exercises, but they are so much more. Yes, they do help you with your technique because you can work on hand position and stuff like that without worrying about the notes and the fingerings, but scales are what music is made up of. This whole idea of being in different keys, it's like going to different universes in the music that you're playing or the music that you're listening to. So in this video, I'm going to show you how that works, the connection between scales and music, why you should find them super interesting, how you can even make music out of scales, and why you should love them. So let's get started. Let's start with the C major scale, which I think most people are familiar with. Now, if you just stop there, yeah, of course, it looks like just sort of a rote exercise. But when we talk about a piece being in a key, we're basically saying that it's based on that scale. So if you ever hear somebody say this tune is in the key of C major, it means it's using these notes, with C being the home base. A great analogy is if you think of drawing or coloring or painting, the scale is sort of like the palette that the composer is drawing colors from. So a tune might be something like this. And that was all based on the C major scale. Now let's say we wanted to go to a different world and we want to go to the key of G major. So same idea, tunes that are in G major are going to use that scale. So let's try a G major tune. Now, if you think of a scale as being sort of like a mood or a color or a universe, it really starts to become more interesting. So C major we've already explored. We haven't talked about minor keys yet. Minor would be like if you selected a darker color or a spookier color. Now, by practicing these scales, we're getting to know these keys. So whenever we play a piece, it's in the key of C major, and then it goes to G major, and then maybe it goes to A minor. We're already familiar with that. We can see the music beyond just figuring out what the sharps are or what the flats are, because we know that we're in a key. I use the word universe a lot. You can pick any word you like, but we're basically entering a new sort of world with a new key. And you can make your own melodies out of these scales. So let's say you want to play something in, let's say, E major, 4 sharps. A great way to make up a melody with the scale is to start on the tonic. That's a fancy music word for the first note of the scale. And then just make some stuff up. And all I did was make up some melodies using the notes of the scale. And then you can officially say that you've made up something or improvised something in the key of E major. And there's so much fun that you can have with this. It all comes from knowing these scales first. You have to know the scale and you have to know the key before you can recognize it in the music and before you can start making your own music with it. So to finish, I'm just going to do a little bit of improvising and I'll just throw out some different keys. See if you can hear the different colors in the keys that we're in, whether it's a darker tone, a spookier tone, a brighter tone, maybe a happier tone. So I'll start with C major. Now I'll go to A minor. Now how about G major? And all I'm doing is making up stuff using the notes of the G major scale. How about D major now? 2 sharps. Back to G major, 1 sharp. I'll come back to C major. Actually, let's go to G minor for a second. And I'll finish in G major. And so you can see, scales are what makes music music. And in order to understand that, in order to make music with it, to recognize it in music, it's really important that you know the key. And the best way to do that is by practicing your scales. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do hit the subscribe button for more videos like this, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.